The all-new 22 Civic, now on sale at Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Hello, happy Thursday to you. It's an exciting day because Matt Williams is back.
What?
Actually, take a look.
Where?
Take a look.
That's
He's with Dr. Steve.
Monkey.
We're changing it up here, showing you how big and vast the studio is. But we got some really important things to talk about today.
We really do, and it's going to be all about the forecast. So let's actually give you a look right now at the world of weather. This is live radar, and this morning, Liz, the story was the rain coming through, how that was going to impact the drive. As Johnny was watching it, not a lot of issues out there, maybe a few folks kind of sliding around a little bit. It wasn't crazy rain, but it was all over the place. But you can clearly see now, that has moved out, so now the story becomes the temperatures, and they're steadily dropping right now.
That's it. If you look at our 10-day forecast, big changes in store today into tomorrow. Look, 24 hours ago, I was telling you about the high. 74 was the high yesterday. Different story today, Matt. We're looking at the exact opposite. 47 degrees is going to be the high today.
Nicely done.
And then the low is going to be 29. That's chilly for our part of the world.
Look, it absolutely is. And then you see that Friday into Saturday, Saturday into Sunday, you see the 25, the 26, even the 31, that Sunday into Monday. So those are going to be, those 2 days right there, hard freezes. And so that's when we talk about the people, the pets, the plants. Now we also talk about the pipes. Wrapping those as we kind of push through this. A lot to get to. The forecast will remain the headline as we push through these next few days.
That's it. And we really need to let you know about this because of another story we first broke to you yesterday, actually on 9 News this morning. A house fire in Slidell ended up being deadly. A family of 4 ended up dying in that fire. From what we've learned, the house did have a smoke alarm. It just wasn't working.
So when we talk about that, I know we talk about it often, but clearly there's a need to continue to have the conversation. So what's out there to maybe help you make sure that you have that working smoke detector? Well, you can check yourself. But what if you can't afford a smoke detector or maybe need some expert help putting it in? Operation Save a Life. Through the fire departments around the state, through the state fire marshal's office, they're able to get you one. And in fact, if you go to WAFB.com and the 9 News app right now, you'll find this story. What they did over the last, last week, they gave out 2,500 of these.
That's awesome.
And this week, Liz, they've got like 2,700 to give out. So please make that phone call.
It is free. The installation, the smoke alarm, it is free to prevent firefighters to have to go to your home to rescue you or your family or anything like that. The last thing they want to do is to end up on a scene like they did yesterday in Slidell.
Just heartbreaking,
right.
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So please, again, find the story, WAFB.com and the 9 News app. It's going to be one of the top ones right now because we understand where we're headed over the next few days with these temperatures. Everything you need to know right there, the information, contact, all of it waiting for you.
As you do that, check the smoke alarms. Really important as we enter this cold stretch here. Not only are we preparing, but so are all of our state agencies. So the governor said to provide an update on how the state, how they are preparing all of their assets and resources to prepare Louisiana for this cold spurt.
We're going to hear from him today at 3 o'clock. And it's not just going to be about the cold weather. Obviously, we're going to be getting ready for that as well. And it really is for Baton Rouge. This is going to be the coldest weather we've seen so far. We've seen some freezes, some light freezes, that kind of thing. But this looks like it, obviously, it is going to be the coldest. Exactly.
Yeah.
So the governor's going to be talking a little bit about that. And if you get a little bit more north in the state, which obviously he is still responsible for, you could really, truly have not just wintry precip, but that snow could be truly a thing up north. He'll be talking at 3 o'clock about that and COVID-19 as well.
We expect it for health leaders, especially doctors like Dr. Joseph Cantor, Assistant Health Secretary with LDH, to join him to also talk about the state's response to COVID. So day by day, we are seeing these record number of cases for Omicron-fueled surge, not only across Louisiana, but really across the nation. So now, as we pair the federal government's response of getting Americans at-home test with kits, here's another opportunity. In Ascension Parish next week, they're going to be distributing tests, at-home COVID-19 tests.
Now, there's not an unlimited supply here, but the fact that there is going to be this availability, and it's actually a couple different locations. So again, WFB.com and the 9 News app. Where and when you ask? Well, actually, the first one's going to be next Tuesday.
Yes.
So what you want to do is kind of scroll through this right here. And that first one on Tuesday, Liz, It's going to be in Donaldsonville.
Yeah, and then there's going to be one Thursday at the
Right.
Lamar Dixon Expo Center, and they've got maps and how they want you to drive through.
All of it.
Our team, Brieger,
It's
again,
Thursday.
included all of that for you. And I know it's a week away, but
It's
we want to
Thursday.
give you the heads up because these are hot commodities right
Yes.
now. So make your plan to head out that way next week. Share it with your friends who live in the Ascension Parish area so they know where to go to get these at-home
Correct.
tests. Because when it comes to the federal test that you're going to get, it's up to four, and that's for one household.
Right.
But if you have 4, 5, or 6 people who live in your
Hello.
household, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I do.
Right.
I mean, I got 4 plus 1.
Right.
So, I mean, that's 5.
Yeah,
So,
good
yeah,
math.
what are you going to do? Right, exactly. That's about all I can do.
Yeah.
But this is broken down very nicely, as Liz said. The Tuesday, the Thursday event, the where, the when, the timing, and then, yes, the map on not just where it is, but how to drive through. And, of course, these are drive-through style events,
Yeah.
trying to keep everything safe. So not just the where and the when, but how they want you to get there.
Don't you love when it's all answered
Man, that's
and
easy.
there for you?
That's easy.
Yes.
A couple places, WAP.com as always, and the 9 News app.
Let's talk about something happening in the now. What is
Yeah.
happening tonight?
Oi.
Yeah.
So, St. George. Hi, St. George.
Good morning to you.
We have been talking about this
Yeah.
from the very first mentions of St. George. I mean, we're going back years,
Yes.
years and years and years. But we are going back a couple years from a vote from those who lived in the proposed area.
Yes.
Voted for it. That would be close to 90,000 people. But it is still not happening. It has still not come to pass.
Yeah.
A lawsuit is out there. That lawsuit may not be seen until April or May, but there is something happening tonight. Lawyers for the city of St. George would like a judge to throw away part of the lawsuit.
And as Matt mentioned, this has kind of been ongoing here, COVID not adding to the
Yeah,
timeline here.
true.
So as lawyers meet today, well, what could be thrown out of that lawsuit
Right.
that was quickly filed after the election
Correct.
and that St. George ordinance passed? Yeah, well, we'll have a recap for you and we'll kind of let you know what's going on there. But again, 2 lawyers meeting tonight to discuss that lawsuit and omit part of the things that both sides are just not keen on.
Yeah, does the judge listen? I mean, obviously the judge will listen to both sides, and so is the judge who's like, yep, get rid of this, or is
Yeah.
it, nope, this has got to be a part of the lawsuit? That lawsuit that, again, the whole thing still set for a courtroom come
Right.
April or May. So yeah, we've been talking about it for years. It's been voted on now a couple years, but we still got some more to go. The city of St. George.
We'll keep you posted.
We'll keep you posted.
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Lots going on.
Lots going on. This, Liz, I love this organization. Volunteers in Public Schools, VIPS.
Yes.
Truly one of the great organizations in our community. Their sole purpose is to put the community into classrooms and help students rise up just a little bit more.
And it's so easy to get involved. They're actually looking for more volunteers to get our local students up to standards and then beyond that, right? So they need people to go into the schools, whatever you're comfortable with, whether that's reading, whether that's tutoring, whether that's just being there for a local child in one of our local public schools. Very easy way to get involved. They're just looking for willing hands at this point.
Reading buddy, math buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, and there are so many different ways. It's not like, okay, you want to be a part of this? We need you here and here
We
and
need
here
you to
for
build a
this.
school? No.
Exactly. That's not what this is.
Right.
They understand the limitations from person to person in the community. They're just looking for folks to want to be involved. And it can almost kind of be catered.
Yeah.
They're going to put you into spots where you're able to make it and where you can truly have an impact.
Yeah.
But it is community-based. It is volunteer-based. It's literally in the name. Volunteers in public schools. So if you can help out, I mean, Callie Hubbard, again, live this morning talking about it, all the information.
Especially for those underperforming schools
Oh, that's
and
right,
underperforming
truly.
students. You never know what can help a student get that attention they need to excel. And even if it's one-on-one attention from someone outside of the school environment, teacher, principal, school resource officer, if it's a volunteer, somebody who cares about them, you could really make a difference. And you don't need to be a brainiac. You don't need to be the smartest person in the world. You just need to spend time and loving these kids.
Yep.
That's what they need. So if you have any interest, if you're looking for service hours, if you know somebody who would like to
right.
participate,
Yeah,
Callie has a link for you in her story for you to participate and get involved.
Please do. Please do. I want to let you know, as we talk about the weather, we're going to be jumping over to YouTube for Let's Talk Thursday here in a minute. And wanted to spend it obviously on the forecast, the weather, all the issues to come, that kind of thing. We'll remind you again about the smoke detectors. But the weather really is going to be the headline for the next number of days. We got some cold weather coming.
Especially as we anticipate a winter weather advisory
Yeah.
to kick in tonight. I know we've been talking about it's going to be cold, but this is the official.
Truly.
What makes it real, and our First Alert Weather team is tracking that, so we kind of let you know what's going on in their world
Right.
on Let's Talk Thursday on youtube.com/WAFB9.
So what we'll do is we'll sign off from WAFB Plus, essentially where you're seeing us, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV. Hang on over on YouTube, talk a little bit more about it. But yeah, we'll see. Again, the forecast right now, the radar is clearing up. You can clearly see that right now. The rain has moved on. That is no longer the story. Maybe still some slick streets out there, but very quickly it is, as Liz mentioned, it's going to become about the temperature.
So join us for that. We'll talk about it in a minute. Howdy.
Boom. Again,
It's good to see you.
good to see you.
Yes.
Wouldn't
Hey,
be a Let Talks Thursday without you.
it would not, and I'm so glad you're back,
Yeah.
especially ahead of this cold front.
Yeah.
And when we're talking cold front, it's
Yeah.
not just the itty bitty, like it's going to dip into the 40s, 50s.
No.
Oh, it's dropping into the upper 20s.
Right.
20s.
And so this is the wrap the pipes
Yes.
kind of freeze. The first one in our
your
area,
mind out
truly.
the gutter.
Yeah, exactly. You over there. I see you. So yeah, this is the one where it's not just the people, the pets, the plants. So if you got those outdoor pipes as opposed to the indoor pipes,
Oh.
the outdoor pipes, now's the time to go ahead and take care of that, because tonight and tomorrow morning, and then as we push
Yeah.
through the weekend,
Right.
we're going to see some really cold temperatures.
I think you nailed a key point there. Do it now while you have the opportunity. I know it's getting a little bit cold. The temperatures dropped as the rain moves through. In fact, as you can see, we're watching radar because that rain, as Matt mentioned earlier, has
Yeah.
already passed through. So you may
Yes.
notice some slick streets, but the temperature is dropping. And so as the temperature drops, you want to take advantage of this semi-warmer time now to get everything in place to make sure you and your family are set so you don't have to be doing this tomorrow when it is already cold.
And so when we talk about these cold temperatures and the cold weather working our
Yeah.
way, we really do want to talk about, we talk about all the time, heating your home safely. And you know what? You may say, I'm fortunate enough, lucky enough, I don't have to worry about space heaters. I got central heat. Everything's good to go. Make sure this is happening as well. If you have smoke alarms in your house, because you never know what could go. That heater may be going the whole time, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
maybe a spark happens. It happens.
Right.
It does. You've done everything right. A spark happens here for some reason. Fire kicks off. Maybe you haven't done this right. Maybe you haven't checked on the smoke alarm.
Yeah.
Make sure it's working. We saw the deadly consequences yesterday from the Slidell area.
Yeah.
And if you need a smoke detector, there's a way to do that.
That's it. Operation Save a Life. This is in conjunction with all of the local fire
Yes.
departments. We're talking local all over the state with the State Fire Marshal's office. So go ahead and first of all, check your smoke alarms in your home. Are they working? Are the batteries working? Are they able to detect a fire? Because as Matt said yesterday, a home with a non-working smoke detector could have made all the difference in saving 4 people. But you need to go ahead and check ahead of this cold spurt that we're going to get, because as Matt mentioned, not everyone has the luxury of central heat.
Correct.
I didn't know that until moving to the south.
Yes.
Up north, you have to have
always
homes
got
equipped
it.
with heat.
Right, not
Down
down
here,
here.
that's not the case, especially with some of these older homes.
Yes.
So some people are warming their homes with their stoves,
No.
with ovens, with space heaters, with fireplaces, but with that comes a lot of other safety precautions. And the number one thing you need to start out with is having a working smoke alarm.
Can't afford it. And I don't know how to put it in.
Right.
They can do this. Operation Save a Life.
Yeah.
Last week, the State Fire Marshal's Office, and they're really the ones who kind of get this thing going and then work with, as Liz mentioned, the local fire departments. Last week, the State Fire Marshal's Office, through local fire departments, gave
Yeah.
out like 2,500
That's awesome.
smoke alarms.
That's awesome.
This week, they have 2,700 ready to go. So where do you go to get one? How do you find all the information? WAFB.com, the 9
Yes.
News app. Look for this story, the links you need, the information you need, the who to get, how to do it, all there waiting.
Free.
Free.
It's free. It's a free resource.
Yes.
You know what else is a great free resource to have ahead of this cold spurt?
Please tell me.
Our WAFB weather app. And I know we talk about this all the time, but I know a lot of you have probably not updated all of your apps. If you got a new phone for Christmas, if you're trying to figure out exactly what you need, that is what you need. And I'm not just saying that because I'm employed by WAFB. I actually use it. I use it for rain alerts, lightning alerts,
I'm with you.
but for also that winter weather advisory that's going to come to your phone. We're going to send you an alert about that. That kicks in 6 p.m. tonight. It's going to continue through noon tomorrow.
When you load it up, what you're going to find is everything from all the guys.
Yeah.
Steve, obviously, this morning, and he's quick to put video out there, which you'll find right now waiting for you about everything that's coming our way. Jeff, getting ready to go today. Jay, getting ready to go today. Obviously, Jared is
Carrying us through the weekend.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
A weekend that's going to be sick cold. So jump on, find all the information you need. They literally, through here, time it out, hour by hour, day by day, as we get through all this. We kind of know the timing, but things can change a little bit here as we move through the day. So just keep up to the minute, and you can do that with the 9 News app and the First Alert Weather app.
The goal is to make sure you and your family are prepared. We just don't want you to be caught off guard when we keep talking about the significant weather event. For our part of the world, this is significant. We don't want anybody to be caught off guard, cold, not warm, or unprepared. So when you talk about free resources like Operation Save a Life, where you can get a free smoke alarm installed and a free weather app where you can have all the resources to you, we got a lot going on to help people out.
And that 10-day ought to tell you something. Look, I mean, this looks pretty, it looks manageable of it. We still got some stuff to get through. Literally first alert, first alert, first alert. Hard freeze possibility Saturday into Sunday. So that's why we're focusing on it. Weather is a headline maker almost always down here, depending on the time of season.
Right.
This time of season, here comes the cold.
So our WAP First Alert Weather Team, they're the best in the business. We're lucky to guide us through the weekend. Remember to download that app so they can stay in your pocket throughout this cold spurt.
That's a lot.
In your pocket.
Wow, that's a lot.
Pocket thief.
Get out of my pocket. I don't know. You know, look, I'm Jay's a friend and all, but I don't.
Pocket Polly, Pocket J, Pocket Grimes.
Pocket Grimes.
Yeah.
That sounds like you got a messy pocket.
Well, that does.
Dude, you got
Pocket Grimes.
You got the Pocket Grimes?
You got that going on in there?
When was the last time you cleaned your pocket?
Well, I got Pocket Grimes.
Pocket Grimes.
Yeah.
Well, clean it out.
Well, it would be helpful to clean it out. That sounds messy.
It really
Pocket
does sound
lint?
messy. You know what? Just grab the app. Maybe don't put it in your pocket. Be safe out there, man. We got some winter weather to get through.
Yes. Be safe out there. We'll see you tomorrow.
Pocket Grimes.
Tomorrow, Pocket Grimes.
Grimes.